Mikey, tell us how has the season been going for you guys thus far?
Man, without having Crop Over for 2 years, I would have to say it's been going really great. We're very happy to have Crop Over again. We produced a few songs this season that have been doing really well. So, in a nutshell, we're quite elated to be back out.
What has the demand been for the Red Boyz, given that there has been a lag for the past 2 years, not having as many festivals, as many carnivals? Has that demand been there?
The demand has been there, and we got really lucky. During COVID, we did a song with Farm and Happy called Backyard Jam, which was kind of catering to COVID. The whole thing about not having carnival. We got a party in the backyard, and that kind of took off. And we were really lucky in that respect, because it was probably the biggest soca song during COVID. And then Patrice did a song on the rhythm, Lyrical did a song, Jaga TC did a song on the rhythm. So that kind of carried us through, a really rough period. We did a few little rhythms here and there. We released something in 2020 for what was supposed to be Crop Over. We just tried to basically amuse ourselves then, Okay, there's no Crop Over, there's nothing much happening, but we still got to release some music. So that's basically what we did. We obviously don't release as much, not as many people are recording, but we try to create our own little opportunities.
And I guess, has that been increasing given that things have been opening back up a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. This year, from the time Crop Over was announced, the calls start coming in. I remember just telling you that you had given me a call earlier to find out how things were going. Things were so hectic because everything was crammed into such a short period of time. And, we wanted to work with some younger artists too. It took us a little while to find them, so we only kind of found them in May. And we wanted to make sure that we come up with at least 3 young artists for the year. And we managed to do everything that we really wanted to do. And so far, the support has been amazing. I'm here tonight with one of our young artists, Renice Bonnet. She has a song called Property that's doing really well. Thanks so much for the support from the radio. Another one of our young artists, she's only 14. She came tonight and sang her song. Her name is Tay, and it was so nice to see the response, to the stuff that we at the beginning when Crop Over was announced. We say we want to do some young artists, so it's nice to see them getting the support. At this time now, it's almost done. 2 weeks to the end, so it's nice to come and see the response.
Why did you think that it was important to bring in younger artists as opposed to some of the artists that you might have been working for in the past?
Well, if you notice, the guard is changing, right? The younger artists are coming through. There are a lot of younger artists getting a lot of airplay. They're doing really well. Some really nice singers. The Bashment has its thing. It's not really my thing, but it has its place. But I'm really enthusiastic about the young singers. We've had some guys, some movers and shakers in soca coming from Barbados. People like Edwin Yearwood, Alison Hines, Rupi, who helped to shape where soca is now. My thing is, who's going to be the next set of people like that? So that's what we're really interested in finding the next set of people like that, the next set of singers. It doesn't have to be exact. You don't have to be a replica of Edwin and a replica of Alison and a replica of Rupi. But in terms of the singers, who's going to be the next set of people to take us forward and change the sound of everything? So we've found some good youngsters, and hopefully, we can continue to work with them and see them grow and take everything that we're doing now to the next level.
You mentioned Renita, you mentioned Tay. Who was the third person I think you...
Tariq ONeil. He won the world, and they actually called us and asked us if we would record the winner of Beige to the World. So we said, we would be willing to do that. And the thing is that the song that he did was written by Shanna Hines, and she goes by Pull the Trigger Boom, and she's doing some really good stuff. She's a young writer, a woman from Barbados. So we felt that, this is a really good thing. We got to put our foot in this. And she wrote a really nice song. We had to do some tweaks, and we got together and made it as good as we could. And he seems to be getting some good traction right now. We're really happy about that.
You mentioned the artists that are up and coming. Without giving away too much, who are some of the other maybe Trinidadian local artists that you're working for even Carnival next year? Producing and or waiting for next year?
Well, for Carnival next year, normally stuff would start coming in for Carnival around September. So no, I mean, Farmanapi is a guy that we've worked with for years, so he's been sending some stuff to us. And Patrice, one or two things, but that stuff normally starts to happen around September, August, September. So we're not really sure how that's gonna go. We're hopeful that, you know, we can continue our success there. Really and truly, without Trinidad, we probably would not be here anymore, you know, because, you know, crop over, it's a stepping stone. Trinidad Carnival is the big deal, and it gives you the longevity. So we've been very fortunate to have success there. That, you know, there's 16 years we're going now, and almost every year we've had a song in Trinidad that has done well. So, and that is nothing to take for granted. That is like, there's a lot of luck involved in that, and we're very grateful for that. So hopefully, you know, we will get some tunes for Carnival that doing well. I mean, they had a rough year, maybe 2 years without Carnival, at least one, and that's a big deal for them, you know. And the success of Backyard Jam really showed us how much they were missing Carnival. I mean, we used to get videos from all over the world, people partying in the snow, in the backyard, people beating pots and pans in the snow, can't go to Carnival. So, you know, hopefully we'll have another successful Carnival.
And you mentioned crop over is a stepping stone to a Carnival. What do you think crop over is missing, or what do you think needs to be injected into the crop over to ensure that it's, I guess, not taken a bit more seriously, but ensure that more can be done to it?
I wouldn't say it's missing anything per se. It's just that it's a small carnival, it's a small festival, as is Vinci and as, you know, St. Lucia and all these different ones, Grenada. You know, we all have our, and people love them. You know, it's not to take anything away, but Trinidad is so many more people, and it's been going on for so much longer. It's so ingrained in the people that when you get a big song in Carnival, remember, a lot of the promoters and stuff in New York and Toronto and all these different places, London, are Trinidadians, and they deal with what was big at Carnival. So if your song was big at Carnival, you could probably work for 2 years off of one tune. I mean, we've seen it from the first few tunes that we released. Now Going Home with Biggie Irie and Peter Ram, Woman by My Side. Those songs, you know, those guys work for 2 years on those songs because of the success in Trinidad. So, and you know, you talk to the bands, Crossfire, Square One, and then by extension, Edwin and Allison, who came out of those two bands, the success that they had in Trinidad. And Rupi, I mean, Rupi was bigger in Trinidad, probably still is bigger in Trinidad than anywhere else, you know. And a lot of his success was based on his popularity in what you would call the Mecca of soca. If you're accepted in Trinidad, you're going everywhere.
Good luck for the rest of the season.